Okay, so I did the phonograph, and this is a pic of the kind, but this isn't like the one that was originally made. It was made. The original one was made by Thomas Edison in
Look up at the audience.
1877, and the one he made was a cylinder with tinfoil wrapped around it, and the stylus would respond to sound vibrations, providing an up and down groove in the tinfoil. But then in the 1890s, a girl named Emily Berliner made this kind, which is just like a newer version of his, but it does the same thing. So instead of making the cylinder, the phonographic cylinder, she turned it into a flat disc, which it would run from the periphery to the near center, which means that this little like thing right here, I don't know what it's called, you can just move it around, and depending on what line it's on, it makes different sounds.
You better find out what it's called so you don't say that.
I know. And then and the phonograph that Thomas Edison first made was the first to reproduce recorded sounds, and it was made for mechanical recording and the reproduction of sounds. When he was experimenting with it and like was making it, the very first thing he said to it was "Mary had a little lamb," and that's the very first thing that it ever recorded. He was known as the Wizard of Menlo something. I forgot. Menlo something. And that's because he did all his work in
Menlo Park?
Menlo Park, probably, yeah.
No, I don't know.
I don't know, but it's in there.
You better know.
Menlo Park. And that's because the city where he worked on it and invented it and everything was the name of the city. Also, the exact date that it was ready, made, like it was already invented, that he finished working on it, was August 12, 1877. But that's just kind of like around the time, but people assume that that's the actual date. But other people think that it wasn't officially a phonograph until February 1878, because that's when it was a patent issued it.
Patent?
Yeah. And
it was patented.
Yeah.
I know it's hard to say.
And then also the reason he invented the phonograph originally was because he was looking at the telegraph and the
You already had 3 minutes.
Telephone. Yeah, see, the telegraph and telephone, and he was just trying to make improvements on it. But while he was looking at the telegraph, he discovered a paper tape that would make sounds depending on how high the level of it, the speed was on it. So then he started like looking into that, and that's how he made the phonograph. And then also, just like a fun fact about it is when the U.S. soldiers went into the World War I, he made like a special kind of phonograph that the soldiers can take with them, and they were sold for $60, and it would just cheer the soldiers up and like remind them of home and stuff.
What is that? It's a fun fact. You're talking about World War I and fun.
Okay, Dad, stop. Okay, stop it so I know how much it took.
That's it?
Yes.